The observer would like to advise that the following video comes with a trigger warning. The content in this video is of a sensitive nature, so please beware that the topic of this video may trigger you. The observer recommends that you consider your own mental health before you watch this video.
Have we come across a group of early risers or really bad insomniacs here, guys? I mean, I'm a really bad insomniac. Hi Louise, how are you? You're not an insomniac. Do you have insomnia? Like, do you find it hard to sleep in general? I've got a cold nose, literally. If my nose gets really cold, it's like, what do I do? Like, yeah, fair enough. At least you get some sleep. At some point. Do you mean your settings? What do you need to do? Do you mean your settings, your mod settings? So that's my loud pump. Oh my god, it's so loud. Yeah. Or is it my internet or is it your internet? I don't know. Holding my bottle. Oh, these carabiners. Oh, I don't want to tell you. I don't have one in my house, lovely, so I've got no option to anyway. But I just don't like it, to be honest. Never liked it, so yeah, I opted not to have a TV in my house, which has been the best option ever, to be honest. Yeah, I've never ever enjoyed it. Like, never really used to interest me anyway. I need to be doing something more, do you get what I mean? Like, but yeah, physically it's never been something that I can focus on, if that makes sense. My brain's all over the place constantly, so yeah. Sorry, my cheeks are funny. Okay, let's start drawing up meds while my feet's running at least. And then we can, well, it's 4 now, they'll be ready by about 4:30. That's actually a good time to take them. They're due between like 4 and 5, my meds normally, so that's alright. Can take them then. They used to be as early as 4 because I have IVs to do as well, but I was like, no. But because I don't sleep, if I fall asleep like that, my meds are so important because they're like anti-epileptics and stuff, so Have to be really careful that I at least get them in before I go to sleep. Rosen. One sec. Am I back? She's jumped in and out about 100 times. Oh, bless you. Let me try and pause mine for a minute as well, guys, and sort my internet if I can. There you go, I've done what I can do. Is that any better, Beanie Butt? Are you talking to me, Chloe, or are you talking to Beanie? My app does it automatically. I've got automatic updates on, so that just does it whenever. Oh, Beanie, I thought you would. She's in and out, shake it all about. Yay! Does it work? Am I here? Hello! What did you do? What'd gone wrong? Oh, okay. Flipping phone. Just got water all over my phone. Just got water all over my whoops, my screen. All good. Why was it saying that? Are they just not working? Huh. Fair enough. Strange. Are you really interested in the US election? Does it mean much to you guys? Like, I actually don't know. Oh. That's really annoying. But are they in your country or different countries? I bet it's just me in the UK. Could you load the gingerbreads? No, they won't be on this time. If they are, I'll be fucking shocked. I wouldn't be that shocked actually. Okay. I don't know if I didn't know that. I don't know a lot about politics, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a politician. But yeah, no, I don't understand it all, but anyway. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, so I guess like it was probably like our country, like UK and the EU, whereas now we've Brexited and left the EU, it's turned to shambles. In my opinion, of course. So kind of like how like obviously England was with EU, like European countries, I guess. To some extent, or probably to a larger scale actually. Even like how we can't get certain medications now, certain medications are always out of stock just because of like leaving Europe, or different brands of medication. Really? That's awful. Hey Morgan, lovely, how are you doing? Hey Amy, are you here, darling? Hi Grace. You okay, Grace? Hey my sweet. Haven't seen you in a little while, Amy. You alright, sweetheart? Are you up for work today? What's the day? Wednesday, you up for work? Are you going to work today? Or are you just not feeling great? Hi DC, how are you? I ended up in hospital, my love, but yeah. Oh, bless you. No worries, darling. Yeah, I was in hospital, when was it? Not last night, the night before, so that's probably why I haven't been on, or haven't seemed to be on, but yeah. I had a seizure, darling, but yeah, that's kind of just what it is. It's kind of normal at this point, which it shouldn't be, but yeah. But also I've got an infection, so that kind of happens a lot more with infections. My seizures always get worse. I've got epilepsy, so yeah. So we kind of expected them to get worse. But anyway, it's okay. Nearly finished my antibiotics. We've literally got that much left. Then we're done. But that'll probably be what? Another 2-3 days. Yeah. It really is a nightmare, darling. Then of course the seizures leave me so tired as well. So then I have to get a really big sleep afterwards normally. Or it can be like an impact effect for like the next day sometimes. So yeah, like a big knock-on effect of sleep. And then I just go back to not sleeping again. It might be 2 days, I think. 2 days worth. So I will have had 200 mils of trimethoprim by the end of this course. Yeah. So you can, bless you, darling. Trimethoprim, the joys. UTI, yeah. I've got a catheter, a suprapubic catheter. So, suprapubic. So yeah, unfortunately I get a lot of UTIs. And a lot of stoma site infections with it too, with the actual site of the catheter, which is a nightmare. Hi Maddie, hi Amber, are you okay? Oh, I haven't got a lid to that, I'm going to have to leave that open. I hate it, I've got no lid. Because, like literally, yes, okay. No. I'm also paraplegic, so no, it's different. So I can't feel below about here downwards. So like, from like my lower hip down, I can't feel anything. So that's why it's a bit different too. But yeah. So I don't get a burning when I wee, because obviously I'm weeing constantly with an SPC. I've got my bag attached constantly. Yeah. So obviously my night bag is attached constantly to the catheter. So that means obviously, yeah, but I did know I've got some very strange kind of senses now. I've had my catheter 8 years. So because I get a lot of UTIs, I do have my own kind of warning signs and symptoms that I'm getting one. Do you get what I mean? And if anything goes completely haywire and we ring the doctors or the 111, they know. I also am very good at telling, they go, oh, Kirsten can smell a UTI. But literally, it's even by the change of smell of my urine, I can tell. It's so weird. Because like obviously normally urine doesn't particularly smell, but coming out of a bag, obviously it's slightly different, and yeah, it gets smelly, and it's vile. But like I can smell the UTI, and even by the sight change, I can tell. Yeah. Do you have a catheter, Beanie? Or do you just not get the stinging, burning or whatever? Yeah, bless you. See, I do start to go, like my head starts to go a bit funny and I can't concentrate. Okay. Bless you. So, yeah, so essentially, I do also know by, like, mental changes. Oh, you've got an SNS. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, so that's not an option for me, so... Plus, they said it would probably be, like, 50-50% it would work, 50-50% it wouldn't. And I wasn't going through a big surgery like that, just essentially for it not to work. And they said more likely it wouldn't work than likely it would. It was like a 60-40 more than a 50-50. So they ruled it out, like, because mine's bladder failure, so obviously it's a higher chance it won't work than will. 8 years of a frigging catheter, I hate it. Did you have to have a catheter at all? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, Beanie. I know they're quite, like, horrible things to have. Yeah. So I had zero function too, so that's why it's bladder failure, but yeah. Self-catheter, okay. So I couldn't do I couldn't self-cath either, because of my anatomy, physically, I couldn't, it wouldn't work, do you get what I mean? But yeah, the joys. So I first had urethral, and now I've obviously got my SPC, but I've had my SPC for what, I don't know, yeah, 7-ish years, so it's caused no end of trouble, no end of it. I wish I could just rip it out, but it's not really an option, because I need to pee. Everyone needs to pee. It's more just the infections I get. But it's so much better than the urethral, I will say that. Hi Joanne, how are you? Oh God, I've still got to do these, for fuck's sake. We need another 20 mil? Yeah. That's really good. Hey lovely. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. How are you doing? Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate that. I really like them too. One of my followers actually got them for me. I was really grateful. I've got Amber on here. One of my good followers, like, that I've had for a long time. We don't speak that often, but she's really, really lovely. And yeah, she's more of like an in the background person, but very lovely. And she got me them. She treated me. I just thought it was really sweet of her. She said they're an early Christmas present. Hi Sal, how are you, lovely? I'm glad you're good, Joanna. Oh, sorry, Joanne. Oh, it's really sweet of her, isn't it? You are, aren't you, Beanie? But you're lovely. There's some of them that lurk that I could say, I'm not too sure about. But like, Beanie is so sweet too. As you see you join, I do see, I always look out for you at this time, funnily enough. Look out for you at this time, and I'm like, when's she gonna join? I'm gonna catch her and catch her into conversation. There we go. Oh, fudge. Got chucked a tablet over there. Yeah, no, I get that. No, I get you. Well, you normally doing like your line care and stuff at this time for us, aren't you? You know what I mean? The time that I'm doing my morning meds, you're kind of putting your TPN on, aren't you? Or you're in bed or sorting the house out sometimes. Lying care at 9:30. Oh yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Oh no, that's when I get so confused with your time. Is it 9:30 in the morning there? So no, that's our night time when you come on, isn't it? You come on in the middle of the night for you. 9:30 p.m. Yeah. So I'm thinking about when I come on like when just before my carer comes at like 10. Yeah, no, I get you. So I'm thinking about when I come on just before my carer comes at like 9 or 10. I'm on normally, aren't I? And then my carer comes at 10:45. I go off and you're setting up your TPN. The land of mousse and maple syrup. I'm always on in the middle of the night. This is 4:22 a.m. Bless you. What's happened? Are you okay? Bless you. Should have stayed in school. Nah, literally. I didn't do geography. We had this conversation the other night, which is why I said it. That's why she explained to us the land of maple syrup and mousse. Oh, bless you. I wasn't in school much at all. Yeah, there we go. Being mistaken for an Australian is refreshing. Love that. Hey Rachel, how are you, lovely? Let's get rid of them. Yeah, it is, isn't it? 3 of us in here. Well, 3 others and me. Oh, no. Yeah, I got it in the bin, thank God. Well, all my mods are asleep. Obviously, Ellie mod is in hospital. This is the Amber I was talking about. They got me in my lovely pyjamas. This Amber got me the pyjamas. I am sweet. I got cold and I love them. Someone complimented me on the pyjamas and I said she got Amber to thank for that. Thank you, sweetheart. Really sweet of you. How cold is it? I don't know what temperature it is. Let me have a look. One sec. Back. Oh, we've got 9 degrees Celsius. You're in Celsius too, so you're -2. We're 11 degrees up from you, Jesus. Yeah, 9 degrees. But I think that's cold. Like, my house is set at 23 at the moment. Yeah. I'm not too far from Lowestoft. I mean, I'm not that close, but I'm not too far either. I'm kind of just in a really small town in Norfolk, so yeah. Like, but not near the sea. It is cold, isn't it? North Norfolk. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get you, I get you. Yeah, I know that. No, Hunstanton's Norfolk. A lot of family holidays there. Oh gosh. What's all the pipes like frozen over? See, we used to get schools shut in the winter. Yeah. The schools used to close because all the heating pipes would freeze up. So we'd be waiting for a snow day for all the schools to close so we could have a day at home. Because you couldn't go to school if there was no heating in that weather. Gosh. See, ours was like, what, -10 maximum, and yeah, everywhere would be shut. No, we don't. But like -10 maximum, and everything would be closed, really. So we don't get that bitter coldness like you guys do. Ugh, yeah. The brown slush that is apparently snow. Or, yeah. It's literally just slush in it. It's like, looks like someone's done a turd and then mixed it up with a bit of, I don't know. Yeah. A bit of frost. So that's gross, but yeah, it does. Check the pump. Yeah, I did. Did you? Hey Lorraine, how are you, lovely? You okay? Yeah, see, I've heard some really good stories about Poland at Christmas, and like the Polish and like the German Christmas markets and stuff like that. Good morning, lovely. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Yeah. Are you doing Germany this year? My mum and dad did Brussels just before Christmas, and yeah. No. Mum and dad did Brussels a few years ago, like I say, and like, yeah, honestly, just before Christmas, but they loved it. Tell him if he gets a good enough sausage, he can stay there by himself. If he gets a good enough offer for a sausage, he can stay. Sorry. Hey Anne, how are you? I'd be slightly concerned. Oh. Oh, they're a bit big. Big sausages. Jokes. Sorry. No, I can't help myself now. No, you can't beat it. Probably chop it off. Sorry. Can't beat anything nowadays, Jesus. Not even a bit of, what, cake batter? You know, beating your eggs or whatever. Cake batter? Nah. Can't even do that without getting in trouble, probably. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood. Oh, such a bad headache, honestly. Just my neck needs to crack. There we go. Yeah. We've had them in the UK this year though, haven't we? We've had them all across the UK. Yeah, literally. Do you? Ah, okay, that makes sense. What sort of work do you do? Do you mind me asking? Hey Sparky, how are you? I knew you were going to say that. I just had a feeling. That's lovely. Really lovely. I could tell you were like kind of a carer type person because just the way you're talking, like I have carers come into me, so yeah. Like I could just tell. Yeah, just by the way you're speaking so like casually and just so nicely, like good conversation flowing. Do you get what I mean? Like I think carers have to have that in some way or another. They have a certain skill set. I could just tell that obviously like yeah. Huh? What was it? Oh bless. Sorry, I just got an email that well confused me. Oh, do you know what? You'd be the perfect carer for me coming in here to me. Because, like, I love the chattier the better. Do you get what I mean? Might not get as much work done or cleaning done or whatever you're meant to be doing. But we can have a good chin wag, and that's part of it. That is a good part of it. You know, my carers are, like, from a company, but funded by social services. And like, to be honest, they are great. And like my care company especially say they kind of, the top of their list of priorities is companionship. I mean, I'm their eldest. I'm their youngest, like one they care for, obviously by a lot. Because they're an elderly care company. So everyone else is like in their like 90s and I'm like 25. But yeah. But obviously they can suit my care needs, so basically I have the care needs of a 90-year-old. But no, I've got some really good ones that come in and they really are helpful and really lovely. And because they kind of, and because they also like like the companionship is part of the company. Like they also offer companionship calls. You know, they do EOL, they do palliative, like everything. And they do live-in care as well, but they have set live-in carers. So it's really amazing what they do. Like they offer a wide variety of needs, do you know what I mean? Which is why I got put with this company. Because if my needs were to change or get any worse, literally, they could still cope with it, do you get what I mean though? So yeah, to be honest, like they do companionship, so to some people pay just for these carers to come 3 times a day, to give them a bath, to give them a hair wash, but also just for the companionship side of it. So they have a nice chat, you know, and yeah, that sort of thing. Have a nice chat while having a hair wash and get a bit of beauty treatment done or something like that by one of the carers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, bless you. And she no doubt enjoyed it too. And to be fair, oh, bless her heart. That's lovely. Yeah, to be fair, I will show you something my care company sent through the post yesterday, and my carer was here when I opened it. So obviously it's Poppy Day. So they sent a little tea light holder, but you make it. Do you get what I mean? So obviously I can cover up the company name, but like, yeah, they sent like a letter. Yeah, it basically says, we hope this letter finds you well. As Remembrance Day approaches, we want to share a special opportunity to honour those who have served. We've included a small envelope containing materials to create your own poppy-themed item as decorative piece for your home. Yeah. We encourage you to use this as an opportunity to express your creativity and reflect on the sacrifices of others. Your care professional is happy to assist you with this project, offering support and guidance as needed. In addition to the craft materials, we've included a small card. We invite you to share a favourite memory on this card. It could be a childhood memory, a special moment with loved ones, or a significant life event. Your memories are precious and would be honoured to hear about them. If you're happy to send these back to us through your care professional, we'll utilise these on our memory wall, which we are creating for November through to the end of the year. How sweet is that? How sweet, honestly. Like, so they're actually making a memory wall. That is, isn't it? And like, one of my carers is, because it's obviously a tea light holder, she's going to look on eBay or Amazon, and she's going to get one of the little tea lights that have a battery operated one, because I can't have like flammable. I'm epileptic, and also like if I knock it or whatever, and I'm in a wheelchair, so if I knock it and set fire to my house, you get what I mean, like that would just be a big danger. So she's gonna get like a battery operated one for me to put in it. Yeah, so sweet. No, literally not. I don't have enough meat on me, sorry. Thing is, I'd probably make it out and then be like, well, what do I do now? I'd probably like get out my house, half burnt, half on fire. This girl is on fire. Start singing that. Jesus, no, I'm joking, obviously, but probably would actually. I'd probably be so like delirious with what was happening. I would probably break out into song going, this girl is on fire. Honestly, I made up like this really bad joke. Yeah, literally. I made up this really bad joke, but someone believed me for so long that I literally said, if and when I, am laid to rest, please cremate me to the song This Girl Is on Fire. One of my friends was so gullible, and burn baby burn. My friend was so gullible. She goes, Kirsten, is that really your wishes? She goes, why wouldn't you, be buried or whatever? I'm not talking about this so much, but like, she was so gullible. She didn't actually understand what I was saying or what I was implying. Like, she just took it as like, is that really your wishes? Oh my God. You believe it? Oh, thank you. No, to be fair. I mean, I like to do it for a laugh for everyone else. Do you get what I mean? More than anything. Like, I wouldn't want to leave sad people behind. So instead, I would want to make them happy at the last moment, at the saddest moments. Do you get what I mean? So I probably would do that sort of thing. But anyway. Hi Becky B, how are you, love? Or see how many people aren't crying, do you get what I mean? And be like, oh, I'm gonna haunt you, you bitch. See how many people, yeah, literally, see how many people aren't crying and be like, right, that's the one I'm gonna haunt for the rest of their life. Finally, I found someone with the same dark sense of humour I've got. Oh, you are a carer though, to be fair. So yeah, carers have to have that sort of sense of humour in some ways. You never know what sort of client you're going to come across. Like one like me. You have, literally. I have to have it because I have to cope with all this shit I go through. I'm just like, yeah. The meaner the better. I'm not mean at all, actually. I'm really good with my carers, but just my dark sense of humour really gets them chuckling too. I can be mean about other people, and me and my carers will be sitting here swearing together. It's all good. Sitting here swearing about someone together. It's like, oh, I don't know them, but they sound like an absolute biatch. Yeah, they are. about some of the troll accounts. One of my carers literally outwardly said today, I had one come out up on my For You page. Do you know what I did? And she goes, do you know what I did? I put in an extra few reports for you. Thank me later. There's a few hate pages about me. I said a few. But she goes, I might have just reported them a couple of extra times for you, you know. Thank me later. I love her to pieces. She's the best one so far. Oh, but she's so sweet, honestly. She's only 20, so she's younger than me. But we've got like almost like a sisterly but professional bond at the same time. It's so lovely. Yeah, literally. Honestly, they do though. Like, I've blocked all of them. Oh, yeah, that one. Jesus. I think I'm gonna recommend they change their name to that. God, why is she so aggressive though? Oh, I know, literally. Why is she so aggressive? I am lovely. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. How are you? You okay? Hi, Ash G, how are you? I'm glad you are. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, that's disgusting. No, literally. But then the reality is, we all know she couldn't even get one close to her, like not being funny, but would she actually have anyone like that? No. Would she ever get anything like that? Nope. Not being funny, but I beg her, I beg beggar's belief that she's lying. Talk about all that shit that she hasn't done. Sorry, that's a bit bitchy of me, but yeah. I'm glad you're alright, darling. Oh, honestly, pain's really bad. It's Wednesday, isn't it? Oh, my lord. But I think I know why she's up all night, obsessed over me. Because I think she, has a puff of stuff that keeps her happy all night. You get what I mean? Like, and I'm not against it if people use it for a medical reason, but I am against it if people use it for like recreational. Like, I don't believe in stuff like that. But that's maybe because I've never tried it. No, literally. Or create the drama. She has to find the drama, and if there is no drama, she creates it, basically. Like, not being funny, I don't work, but I kind of work having to look after myself, do you get what I mean? Like, work as my own nurse in one way. It's kind of pretty much like that. What is she doing? Just sitting on her ass, like, laughing at people. Laughing at people that are actually in a really bad situation, like. I know, literally, who actually cares about what tapes I'm wearing or, like, what med I'm pushing? Like, who actually gives a fuck? Literally, it can't be. And who cares about, like, oh, her med's draining out that tube because it's blue. No, it's not, mate. It's got a blue line down the tube. Like, blue line down the tube. Like, idiots. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, anyway, it's just, it can't be healthy for the mind either, though, let's face it, but I think that's already effed. I think that's well and truly effed. Yeah, literally. I don't either, babe. In literal facts, that my tubes on my face don't impact them. I don't impact them because I don't actually, even have anything to do with them. If I did, literally. Oh yes, I just love having a tube shoved up my nose and down my throat and into me. For the fun of it? Really? Stupid. Like, I don't know anyone that would enjoy having a tube. Like, really, really don't. Because actually they're very nasty things to have, and they are, pretty much a last resort to keep someone alive when they can't physically keep stuff in themselves. But the fact that they say I place an NJ is beyond, you can't even place your own NJ. Like, they say they're both NGs, they're not. But regardless, even if I showed them the documentation, it still wouldn't be enough for them. Do you get what I mean? It still would never be enough for them to say, they'll just go, that's fake, isn't it? Because everything you say is fake. Or something like that. That's all they'd say. And they'd disregard it completely. So, whatever. That's why I'm not even going to bother showing proof. Because they'll disregard it, but they'll pick bits from it that they want to pick. Do you get what I mean? But turn it and twist things. And literally... Oh, I know, literally. Literally. I mean, I've got 9 folders worth, so I could get a lot of money. Yeah, well, mine's got a lot of different stuff in there. I've got 9 massive brown folders worth. 9. They call them, what are they called? Volumes. I've got 9 volumes of notes at the moment, and because all our hospital is still on paper, so 9 volumes I've got. Some of them are in the archives because that's too much to keep on them, but yeah. I mean, mine's more hospital than doctors, although the doctors don't write in your actual medical notes, they do it on the system. So theirs is on system, but the actual hospital isn't. Our hospital isn't on the system on the same system as our doctors. So there'd be 2 completely different sets of notes regardless. Literally. Hey Evie, love, are you okay, sweet? Oh, I know. And apparently, like, yeah. How my tube's taped or how my hair is. Do you get what I mean? Like, do you really care that I always have my hair in a bun? Because my hair is always in a bun? Because it's more comfortable for me? Like, really? Someone commented on why do you always have your hair in a bun? Because it gets in the way otherwise. Or how dirty my fingernails are. Like, fuck off, leave me alone. Leave me and my dirty fingernails alone. Literally. Well, it does. Well, what do I empty out of it then? Oh, bless you, darling. Literally. Okay, sweet. Just got a really bad headache, but I'll be alright. It's my pain. My patch is wearing off, and it's due on tomorrow, so my pain levels are sky high. So we're just trying to have a bit of a laugh between us to, you know, yeah. Literally, Beanie. Literally. One sec, let me get some drainage in it and then I can show them. It's a catheter used as my Riles drainage bag. It's a 7-day one, yeah. But they wear off within the... No, it's not. They are single use, yeah. Oh no, they're not single use bags. But I mean, like, obviously I change it every day. You get what I mean. But yeah, my patch is a 7-day one. No, yeah, I get what you mean. I remember them ones now. I don't even get them ones. See, my actual catheter bags I use. Do you? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I would send you some if you weren't in the land of maple syrup. See, I use these ones for my actual catheter. I mean, excuse how dark my wee is, but these ones are the ones that I actually use for my catheter because they clip onto my bed, and I don't ever use leg bags anymore. So I've got a huge stock of leg bags. So why don't I use them? Do you get what I mean? Like, literally. Oh, good. Well, have you? Yes. Do you have the? You said you have. Yeah, I know what you're gonna. I know what you mean. I can adapt my feed bags as well. Even if I go out and about, I have to use my night bag and put it on the back of my wheelchair, darling. Even if I'm out and about, I just have to have my pee on show, or put a pretty bag around it. But I've got used to that now, so I can't use leg bags, and they're really inconvenient as a wheelchair user to empty down the toilet when you can't stand. Like when it's on your leg and your wheelchair is slightly lower than the toilet, do you get what I mean? But yeah, how does that not work as drainage? Because funnily, look away if... Yeah. It does, I know. funnily enough, just look away if you're scared of like bodily fluids for a minute. Just a trigger warning quickly. So how does this not work for drainage? What's that? Drainage. Of my pink drink I'm drinking. Well, red. But yeah. So me thinks it does work. Pretty colour, I know, right? Hi Josie, how are you, love? You okay? I do get given the actual Riles bags as well. The actual Riles / Kerrs fitting bags. But I don't like them as much because they fill up a lot faster. They're only 350ml. They're really annoying. And I find they loosen on the tubes really quickly. Yeah, mine are mostly. Mine are mostly Monsters. Do you eat chocolate? Mine are mostly like, I don't know, Squash, Monster, and 7-Up. Cherry 7-Up. So I'm not allowed food, I can just have fluid, but occasionally I will have like a sucky sweet, but yeah. No, the cherry one's really nice. It's the only one I like is the cherry one. Oh, this headache, honestly. I've had it for 3 days now, this headache. It's not been going away. I wonder if it's all my seizures that keep happening. I think it probably is. No, I can't. That's what I just said. I can have fluid, but it all drains out. So anything I have drains out. Anything I have, anything I have into my mouth drains out this tube. Everything I have feed-wise, which is feed, not food, goes through this tube straight into my intestines. So my stomach doesn't work or digest or absorb. So I'm not allowed solid food. Some people with tubes can have solid food. Some people can have like kind of softer food and drain it. Some people can be part tube fed, part eating. But personally for me, I'm solely reliant on my tube for my meds, my medication, for all my food, hydration. So even though I drink like liquids, it drains out, so it doesn't hydrate me at all. And my stomach can't absorb it either. Yeah. My feed runs for 22 hours, so it's literally less than 40ml an hour at the moment. So it's literally dripped in very slowly. Well, round about 40ml. But yeah. So I don't feel full because it goes in very slowly over a long period of time, but also it goes into my intestines, so it makes me feel more sick than anything else, sick and in pain, unfortunately, but it's the only way I can survive, so yeah. So this is my feed. I need to restart it now. I've done my meds. So my meds runs all day and all night, but yeah, or should do mostly. It's kind of good though, Beanie, that you managed that, although was you vomiting a lot? Do you have malabsorption issues too, Beanie? I know obviously you're on TPN, so that's really good, yeah. Can I sleep? I can, yeah. Just not at night time. I do sleep though. Just like I say, I'm not very often at night time. Everyone has to sleep in life. Yeah, I get hypokalemia too. That's low potassium, isn't it? Yeah, see, mine's dehydration, which is why I get a lot of dehydration, which is why I'm on the IV fluids. Hypokalemia, is that low potassium or low calcium? Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I get really low potassium too, but I just get iron infusions. So I get an iron infusion at least once a week. I have a nurse come round to do it, and the nurse kind of then sends out, once they've attached me to it, sends out a healthcare to sit with me and monitor me until the 2-hour infusion's finished. It's luckily only a 2-hour infusion, but that's only because 2 to 4 hours, sometimes 4 hours, but it depends on the amount of potassium is in the bag, because you know they do like, well, they might be different in your country, they do like 20 with something, they mix it, so it's 20% or 0.2 20% with something else, or 0.4 or 40, and they normally give me the 20, but sometimes they have to give 40 if my levels are really severely low. So yeah, like, obviously I have to be more monitored, and it runs for longer if it's 40. Yeah, mixed in normal saline. So I don't have the 10, I either have 20 or 40. Depending on, you know, what my bloods are like at the point. They do an ABG just for that. So they do an arterial blood gas to find that out at the hospital, and then roll with that. Do you? Yeah. We have them for glucose, 40% glucose, like 100 mils in a bag, which is 40% glucose. Obviously I suffer from hypoglycemia as well. They are actually, I emailed my nurse yesterday. She's going to be sending out some ampules. You know, I had them ampules of, the plastic ampules of glucose that I would add into my saline. They're also going to be sending out 20% instead of 5%. So hopefully they'll help a lot more. They're going to send 10% and 20% glucoses, so I can add them into my fluids, because they can't get a hold of many IV glucose at the moment, and that's technically not prescribed, like, for me at the moment, but they're trying to get on, like, glucose bags as a backup, like, if I need it. That's good. Mine never is. It's horrible. I think that might actually be what I need to check now. Let me just check quickly. This headache isn't feeling right. I'm just a bit worried it might. Yeah. Let's just have a little checky check. But that's good, it's stable. Did you used to get hypos before the TPN? Or have you been on TPN so long? I don't know, I can't remember how long you've been on it. I've watched you for a while, like I say, but I don't know everything about you. Thank you, Josie. Okay. That's when I became paralysed. July 2022, roughly. June, July-ish. I think I'm actually going to have to run some more fluids. Yeah, I get you. Thank you so much, Josie. You don't need to, babe. Yeah, so I get the worst hypos when I'm in A&E. Obviously, they should be the ones to correct it, but they're not because they can't get access unless I already have my line in. But if my access is lost, which is why I'm in hospital, that's the issue. Hi, Kenzie. How are you? What am I doing? Yeah, not too bad. I love how one of the hate accounts, yeah, me too, one of the hate accounts earlier posted that, am I in hospital now? That I had apparently had an opiate headache. I haven't taken any opiates, so I don't know how I've got a headache from it. It's funny that, isn't it? Oh, bless you. Yeah, I've lost peripheral too. Yeah, I can't get PIC access either. I mean, I think it's a 4 centimetre or 4 millimetre. I can't remember, no, 4 centimetre sounds more like it. 4 or 5 centimetre brachial left, but yeah. Bless you, thank you. But 4 centimetres is not really enough. They'd have to cut down the line significantly. And they don't like doing that if they can avoid it. But obviously if they have to, they have to. And that's only on this side. The other side I've got no brachial that they can access. But yeah, I keep getting blood clots. Well, not blood clots, but I think you know what I mean, like, well, they are blood clots, but they're really tiny, so they're not as dangerous. So I don't need to be on blood thinners all the time. It was a 6-month cycle. Really? No, mine were really tiny, so I needed a six-month cycle of deltaparin, or if you call it Clexane, but the injectable. You know what I mean? The blood thinning injections, basically. But I have to go on them and offer them and on them and offer them because of being not very mobile. It's a nightmare. a little bit on the low side. I test once more. See, I've got a clot somewhere here, where I had a Hickman as a child. I mean, I know you wouldn't say that's low, but my average is meant to be 4.5 or above. So it's a little bit on the low side. Like, my lowest should be 4.5 as per diabetes nurse, but I don't want... My mum is too, darling. She's in water. She's had bilateral pulmonary embolisms. Yeah. Yeah, see, mine's more superficial. But they obviously take pictures. When they do the ultrasounds, they take pictures so they can keep an eye on it. Because on our ultrasound machines, in our theatres, they can take pictures of, like, what it all looks like inside. I don't know if you've got that. That's some of our technology. They take pictures of everything, of the venous and of like everything inside, basically. Okay. Yeah. Jesus. So, yeah, well, I think I'm going to treat it purely because of symptoms. I can tell I'm going low. Yeah. I get you. Let me just put in group chat quick because I want to know. Sorry. You actually are though, Beanie. I don't think you realise, like, honestly. And that's just not just like to butter you up because you're my mod, like you generally are. I didn't know if you liked compliments or not, like me, so, but it's true. Bless you. So I'm going spinny now. Let's try and get... Bless you. Just the truth, darling. Sorry, I need... I don't know what to do. I'm getting really confused. Easy. Not quite sure what to do, sweet. Not far off. I'm lower than I should be. I could do. So it's hard for me to read. Yeah. Let me just pause this because it's noisy. Sorry, I can't reach my mouth. The thing is, like, I can't explain it. I need to get some more of these. I've nearly run out. On the floor. Okay. Incredibly. I'm pressing buttons and I'm doing. Thank you. Yeah, so lovely. Really do. To be fair, I've done well. This is my only my second one all day. Second or third. That's better than some days. Okay. I can't push it in. Use a tape. If it's affecting you in any way, please scroll off. I don't want to trigger anyone. You know I can't help How's my blood pressure? Probably quite low. Do you reckon I should check that after? Yeah, you're alright. Sometimes the blood pressure dips really low. Sorry, I thought something else was happening then. I think Beanie knows what, but I'll be okay. Starting to kick in, I think. Only PRNs. So I've got PRN, Mirazepam, PRN PRN pain relief, and PRN, two different pain relief, and ondansetron at the moment. They're the PRNs I can have, but yeah, I don't need any right now. I took my cyclizine not long ago, so they'll be due. The cyclizine will be due again at about 7. But thank you. If I don't need it at 7, obviously I won't take it. I haven't slept at all, lovely. When does home care? Do you mean my carers? Because they're here for 2 hours at 10:45. 10:45 till 12:45. It's quite a long time to wait. As soon as it's a suitable time, I'm going to ring Mum and Dad. It's only 5:30, it's another 5 hours. It's not too tight. Try this on for a change.
Attention, please. Please keep soft.
Just mute now.
Thank you. Your blood pressure.
It's a bit on the low side. Not too bad. Sorry, that noise annoys me. Her voice goes straight through me. I read your blood pressure out, but it's actually just so noisy. Hate, that's such an annoying voice. Not as bad as it has been. Yeah, I needed glucose, didn't I? Let's face it. I think we all knew that, to be fair. Hi Tina, how are you? Yeah, blood pressure was in the 90s systolics, so it was a bit low. 90 over, what was it, 47? But yeah. Oh, bless you. 98, no, 96 over 47 or something. No, I'm now thinking of putting them on.